The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Sidebar, its guests, callers, and advisors are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS Verizon Media Group. Sidebar, a 103.5 The Beat podcast, is a production of ILTV Studios and may not be reproduced or represented, in part or in its entirety, without the express written consent of Verizon Media Group. Sidebar is the intellectual property of Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved.
How much bread do you make? Welcome back to Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna. I have to ask how much bread you make because there's a problem of measurement. See, there are people who bought their house for $5,000 in the 1970s and they confuse why you asking them for a raise when you making $20,000 a year. So to them, they think you're just being irresponsible with your money. Except here's the issue. We have more money, but things cost more. And I know people say that all the time, but I want to give you a proper example. Bae, I guess this is a sidebar, but bae, I feel old because I've started to talk like old people. I remember being in primary school and my mommy and one of our friends was driving and he's talking about, remember how hot potty used to cost 25 cents? And I was in the backseat of the car saying that was the old days. Because at that point, hot potties cost 85 cents in the late 90s. Now look at them. Hot potties cost almost $3. I mean, at this rate, in 10 years, we only gonna be able to eat hot potties at Christmas because hot potties right now actually cost more than chicken per pound. And while that might seem like a money issue, this is actually like a vision issue. We'll come back to that. Actually, no. Let's deal with that now. Part of the issue is that for some things, we look at the big picture and other things, we look at the small picture. For example, we love to claim the fact that the Bahamas is the third richest country in the hemisphere. What does that even mean? Of all the countries on this side of the world, only two of them are richer than us, the US and Canada. That really isn't the big flex that we think it is. That's like saying we're the third most popular female singer in the world. So there's Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and us, Lana Del Rey. I ain't dissing her. She's a great artist. But you know that you don't know no Lana Del Rey songs. And that's fine because you get to be number 3. And everybody knows all of the Nike endorsements, the guy who came third in that race with Usain Bolt got. You don't even know his name. Anyway, while we are so proud and so happy to be number 3, we don't even really know what we number 3 at. Our GDP in 2022 was around $40,000. That means that if you spread the money made in the country among all the people, it would average out to about $40,000. But here's the issue. That's a big picture number. When you come down to individuals, some people don't even make $40,000 a year. They're making, as previously stated, $20,000 a year, which means that they aren't Lana Del Rey. They're more like Halsey or something. To which you reply, who? The big picture is that locally, our dollar is equal to the American dollar. The small picture is that we need to look at the fact that things are cheaper in America, so we still have to spend more to have the same standard of living that they have. And that's before taxes and fees. So if a dollar isn't worth $1, how do we know how much it's really worth? That way we can have like a proper understanding of where we are. Which brings us back to bread. I want to make a joke, but Urkel won't let me be great. At the end of the day, we all understand what a loaf of bread is. And we consider it to be pretty much unchanged from year to year, unlike the shrinking hot potty and airy bags of potato chips. So, according to some random PDF published by the Central Bank of the Bahamas, in 1970, a loaf of white bread cost 38 cents. Yes, 1/4, a dime, and 3 pennies. Sidebar. I always wondered how it happened. But like right now, we are living in an age where things cost so much that certain money doesn't make sense. We stopped using farthings a long time ago because you need 2 farthings to make a halfpence and 2 halfpence to make a penny. And now, because there is literally nothing you could buy for a penny, it doesn't make sense to make pennies, pun intended. Because a penny costs more to create than they're worth. Back to bread. A loaf of bread cost 38 cents in 1970, 55 cents in 1980, $1.32 in 1990, and in 2004, $1.78. Now, before you start using today's money to jump into a time machine and buy all the old bread and come back and sell it in the future, remember, we're just using bread as a unit of measurement. In 1970, the average salary was $2,720. In 1980, it was $6,160. In 1990, it was $12,000. In 2004, it was $19,840. But none of that matters. How much bread were you making? We're just doing simple equations here. So salary divided by bread. In 1970, the average salary got you 7,157.89 loaves of bread. In 1980, 11,200 loaves of bread. In 1990, 9,090.9 loaves of bread. In 2004, 11,146 loaves of bread. And according to some people, the average Bahamian salary in 2024 is $48,600, which means that if bread is $5.27, the average person is paid 9,222 loaves of bread, which, I mean, isn't really that bad. Honestly, it feels like we just keep fluctuating between 11,000 and 9,000 loaves of bread. And now is the part of the lesson where I introduce you to capitalism. You see, numbers don't lie, but Bahamians don't count. While I'm saying average, the question is, what type of average? Mean, median, mode? Mean is if everything is shared out equally. Median is if you line up the smallest number and the biggest number, and whatever number is in the middle, that's the median. Mode is, I don't remember. It's been a while since I had to do high school math. Anyway, averages only give you big pictures with assumptions. After all, I said $48,600 was the average Bahamian salary. You know how hard I had to practice saying that so I didn't increase? You get paid that? I don't get paid that from any of my jobs. I'm out there like Larry from Gumball, giving out flyers, taking orders, working the front. All the money isn't shared equally. And even during that blip of drug money in the 1980s, some people were still only getting a handful of loaves while the price of bread was going up. We need a solid real number to anchor our perspective. So let's look at minimum wage. How much bread would you get per year if you were paid the minimum wage? $12,480 divided by $5.27 equals 2,368 loaves of bread. And you want to know the hurtful thing? In 2004, when the minimum wage was only $150 a week, bread was $1.78, which means that, come on, you know, you do the math, 4,044.9 loaves of bread. So even though you would have been paid $100 less 20 years ago, your money went twice as far. Numbers don't lie, but Bahamians, yeah, I don't think we count. Yay! Wasn't that a fun journey into the world of economics? And by fun, I mean like when you open up Facebook and it's be like, remember this day? And it show you a picture of your ex that cheat on you. It's fun like that. Anyway, today we're going to talk about money and the economy. This is Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast powered by ILTV. We'll be back after this.
Get ready to win Lucky Bucks. Wherever you see this taxi, flag it down.
The boy hard, beating so hard, I will be hard. I'm looking for my first contestant to ride in the Lucky Taxi. You walk in the taxi, you got to do the Lucky Walk, brother. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Man, thank you, sir. 85 times 2 is how much, brother? You leave with $170, brother.
I never expected to win as much as I win.
Bang along.
Very excited when the gentleman picked me to ride inside the taxi.
So if I had to choose a game that would stay, it would be Island of Taxi.
You could be next on the Island Lucky Taxi.
You wouldn't believe that number I just played, dropping quick 4. This 5K can come in clutch, my boy. So you ain't had the mega ball on that?
You know mega ball on quick former, man.
Oh, okay then.
Mega Ball, now available on Quick 4. Multiply your winnings with the only 4-ball game that pays $20,000. With a draw every 30 minutes, your chances to win are mega.
I bet you I could beat you running into this long ball.
I bet you my drink will come out before yours.
Well.
I bet you I could hold my breath longer.
Bet.
Hey, wait.
If it can happen, you can bet it. So why not bet with us? The Bahamas' #1 online casino, lottery, and sportsbook. We bet you won't find bigger payouts anywhere else but islandluck.com. Winners live here.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Welcome back to Sidebar, a 103 The Beat podcast powered by ILTV. Today I have with me
Jonico Pratt from Bright Light Production.
I don't know why I point to you like I don't know how to say your name. I knew who you was. I knew who you were.
I appreciate that.
Right. And so
Stephen, right?
Sometimes.
Cool.
Wait, wow, I didn't say my name. I'm Stephen Hanna. You're right. And you know what else? Because this is on radio, we should probably constantly just keep saying, by the way, this is Stephen talking. By the way, somebody messaged me, it's like, hey, who's the person on your show right now? Because I didn't catch their name. And it's like, we often have this issue where we are too close to something. Like, you know your name.
Yeah.
How much times you got to say your name? Yeah. Right? And so I fully get it. You rarely say your name unless you like, put it inside this number, your phone in the put the number in the phone. But today we are here to talk about culture once again.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jonico, you are a part of the arts. I don't know if you want to tell the people what it is exactly you do, give them a little bit of your resume so they can understand the background that we're dealing with.
I'm a playwright, videographer, filmmaker, playwright and filmmaker.
I hate the word videographer.
Yeah, that's why I jumped straight to filmmaking.
Yeah.
It sort of covers it all. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And so you have done several projects. I know Broke Bosses, is something people may be familiar with. Anything else that you've done that they
I would say Broke Bosses was our first big project. Well, besides the stage plays, Broke Bosses was our first TV show. Our second is Struggles and Dreams. So people may know those two.
All right. All right. So now you've been doing this for a while, putting out plays, producing television shows. I particularly would like to talk about the big issue. So when we think about culture, when we think about the arts, when we think about the creative community, the orange economy, whatever you want to call it, right? A lot of times people look at it and say, "Babe, art is only for rich people," right? That's a slight sidebar, as the name implies. But I recently saw on Instagram this Bahamian artist who got a residency in some famous popular museum or art gallery. And I'm like, good for him. And I'm looking through his installation. And when I say this looked like something that a Joneser would do on the side of the road, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean it as, if you don't have the space to get away with something, if you don't have the freedom for somebody to say, yeah, express yourself like that, people will say, "Babe, get out my yard doing foolishness while you're on the side of the road doing this garbage or whatever." So I understand when people say art is just for rich people. You need to go find a real job. They don't see any money in it. They don't see the worth of it in dollars and cents, unless, you know, you went to a liberal arts college and somebody could get you into an art gallery. But for you, what has that experience been, whether trying to convince people that this is a viable thing to invest your time and effort in, or have you given up on that?
Far from giving up. I feel like, first of all, it's a matter of convincing yourself that it's possible. Because when I was coming up, I would ask, like, because I came up just as an actor, trying to get my foot in the door, gain some exposure, and came up under the Dundas. I would ask directors who were directing the plays I was in, like, "Hey, have you ever tried going into film festivals?" And they would, because they filmmakers as well.
Right.
They'd be like, "No." I'd be like, "Why?" And the answers I was getting was more like, because of discouragement and things wasn't going right for me. So in my head, I'm like, if that's all it is, I can get discouraged. I go in over there and I can do this. So I made up in my mind, I had a story to tell. I had to climb the ladder appropriately and work my way to where I am now to be able to tell those stories. And belief is a serious thing. So my first stage play, before Struggles and Dreams was a TV show, it was a stage play. And just save up some money. Just put out some ads on Facebook, pushed as hard as I could, and we broke even. And I was sort of discouraged, but nonetheless, I kept on going. Government got a whiff of it. Ministry of Youth got a whiff of it. And they put it on the second time, funded everything, paid all the actors, paid me. And from then, it's always like, God always gives you a little bit of light despite the struggle to show you like, hey, you on the right path, keep going. And from then I kept going. We were able to turn it into a TV show. And even like with Broke Bosses, it became lucrative after pushing, after funding your own money. Because Broke Bosses was just a short series for a short web series.
Right, I remember.
And, Cable Bahamas got a whiff of it. So it's just a matter of keep believing in your craft, building on your craft, and seeing where it goes from there.
All right, so with that, and there's the part for a lot of creators where the struggle comes in. How did you, I'm going to say, acquire the knowledge for getting from it just being a dream to involving money, to being able to say, okay, if I put this money in, this ain't just me doing it as a vanity project, and I know I ain't getting this money back, because there's that. How did you get to the point of saying, okay, this is what I need to budget, this is what I need to, and this is how I plan to get this money back?
So the thing is, in all honesty, there's a strong chance you may not get your money back. But it'll pay off in some way, whether that means just exposure or worst case scenario, you built your craft, you built on your craft, now you're a bit better. The next project, you might make some money from it, but you got to find ways, because this thing ain't cheap. What we do ain't cheap.
No.
Struggles and Dreams initially was out of pocket. And then people started to invest. Ministry of Culture got involved. Broke Bosses was out of pocket. And then again, Cable Bahamas believed in it. They picked it up. They purchased the entire show. So yeah, you may not see the money right away, but you will reap the rewards if you stay on the path you feel led to stay on or be on.
So aside from,
I feel like I didn't answer your question.
Oh no. Well, yes and no, because part of it is also how do. Like if somebody was out there right now, right, and they say, okay, I want to do this thing, right? There, I don't necessarily know if there are straightforward guidelines to say, okay, this is how you budget. These are the elements that you need to make something happen. You need a producer. The executive producer is the person with the money. You need a director, you need this, you need that, right? And these are the people who get paid. This is how you can do things in kind. Even like in terms of gathering sponsorship, a lot of this feels like stuff that either you would have to observe somebody up close doing it, or even if you do the research, you got to scale it down, because inside the States, $2 million, $5 million is a small production.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I only know about like one Bahamian film that ever had $1 million budget.
Yeah,
I think that's
only
Rain.
know two. Rain and then Cargo. Cargo's even more. 1.5.
Okay, so Cargo, right? So those ones. And like those are the biggest, right? Like beyond that. So $1 million to a Bahamian production is huge.
Yeah.
Right? So it's really like, how does one scale? At what point does one say, I am sacrificing my story, the story that I want to tell? Because you said you had a story that you wanted to tell. Where's the line between saying, this is not the vision that I have?
I got you.
And being able to be realistic and say, right now, we don't have the money for the flying drone shot.
Yeah. So my thing is, fortunately, God gifted me to be a writer and director. So if I have a vision and the budget don't allow for that vision, I rework it. I rewrite where it's still as impactful, but just easier on my pockets now. And in terms of being able to afford these videographers, editors, and all that, because like you say, it could get expensive. We was on that Tyler Perry set and seeing how much people was involved in every aspect of bringing that movie together. It's crazy. And these people, like hundreds an hour. So for me, when coming up, Jaquay was my editor for Broke Bosses coming up. I didn't know a thing about editing. And videography, we found someone who could shoot. But that started to get expensive, and Quay started to get even more popping, and he didn't have the time.
Right.
Yeah, he was more busy, he didn't have the time. So I had to learn how to edit. Sometimes I couldn't afford videographers, so we had to find ways to shoot ourselves, but it was telling the story by any means. And what's also very important is networking and building a team that could grab your vision and make it even bigger. So when I met Kentario and we put the camera in Kentario, shout out 110th Media, Kentario McKenzie, one of the best out there right now.
I'm gonna say for all the people listening and watching, they're like, let's do it saying all type of names.
Yeah, that's true.
So Jaquay is Dasquay.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know him by his name. You know him by the other name. And Kentario is the guy that did the poem at the UB graduation. You have to give Bahamas. I know he's a person. I know he's a person. Yeah. But you have to give people a point of reference. When Bahamas give directions, ain't nobody know where York Street is.
He used to be so mad when people associate him by only that, because he done do
friend,
so much.
You are going to be known by the last biggest thing that you did.
That's true.
So like there are people who only know me as, oh yeah, you was New Providence inside that sketch.
Yeah.
Or they'll know me from something else, but it'll literally be just like, I only know you as this. I don't know you as anything else. Right?
Right.
That's what it is. So it is incumbent on us to then educate people. Say, okay, this person does other things. He's done other things that you've seen, but you don't necessarily know that was him. But for now, Kentario's the poet. So Kentario was assisting you.
Yeah. So I put a camera in the hands of the man who did the UV speech, the viral UV speech. Right. And he had a knack for it. He had a knack for it, and he grew with us. He believed in our vision. We told him what budget was like, and he worked with us, and eventually we started making bigger money together.
Right.
Like as the projects grew bigger, he came with us. And now he grabbing some projects. I like, wow, bro, and he bringing me along as videographer for 110.
Right. Because you guys recorded the wrestling thing, right?
Right. So we did the wrestling thing, and it was like the doors got opening, and the thing like way back, we were sitting down just like, we could do this. We could do this, but we just got to keep at it, even through these difficult points when the jobs ain't happening, because we've been putting out ads, trying to get ourselves out there. And it may not happen. Again, it may not happen when you want it to happen, but you put in that work, and eventually you'll reap the reward.
Bahamians are an interesting traditional marketing does not necessarily work with Bahamian audiences. So if you have an event, you could push that. But when you say like goods and services, I feel like most Bahamians either saving it for, okay, when I need this, or when I get some money, I can do this.
Yeah.
Or they see you so much that they start requesting you, which is also the only advice that I could ever give is don't have a complicated name for people to pronounce or spell.
And can't find it.
Because nobody know how to pronounce Shinwin, nor do they know how to spell it.
Yeah.
And so there are people who
spelling that is next level. You run with that one.
That's fine. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want you to explain exactly how meta was the idea or the story of Broke Bosses. Like, how much of that are you pulling from real life? But also, I'm going to pitch you some ideas as a person who's a part of, the official term is the orange economy. But as a person who's a part of the creative community, I'm going to pitch you some ideas. You can let me know your thoughts on it, and then we'll workshop it here.
All right.
Well, this is Sidebar 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. We'll be right back.
Get ready to win lucky bucks. Wherever you see this taxi, flag it down.
The boy hard, beating so hard, I will be hard. What are I'm looking for my voice contestant to ride in the lucky taxi. Walk in the taxi, you gotta do the lucky walk, Thanks. Man, thank you, sir. 85 times 2 is how much, brother? You leave with $170, brother?
I never expected to win as much as I win.
Bang along!
Very excited when the gentleman picked me to ride inside the taxi.
So if I had to choose a game that would stay, it would be Island of Taxi.
You could be next on the Island Lucky Taxi.
You wouldn't believe that number I just played, dropping quick 4. This 5K can come and clutch, my boy.
So you ain't had the mega ball on that?
You know mega ball on quick 4, my man.
Oh, okay then.
Mega Ball, now available on Quick 4. Multiply your winnings with the only 4-ball game that pays $20,000. With a draw every 30 minutes, your chances to win are mega.
I bet you I could beat you running into this long ball.
I bet you my drink will come out before yours. Well,
I bet you I could hold my breath longer.
bet.
Hey, wait.
If it can happen, you can bet it. So why not bet with us? The Bahamas #1 online casino, lottery, and sportsbook. We bet you won't find bigger payouts anywhere else but islandluck.com. Winners live here.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madeira Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Welcome back to Sidebar, our 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna. And with me...
It's Jonico Pratt.
Jonico Pratt. And we're talking about culture and the creative community. And, well, I would like to get us to the roundabout, not the roundabout, to the eventual point of how I want everybody to see this as not just viable, but also a productive thing. This thing can make money. This thing can have legs of its own. All right. And I'm using the word culture broadly because that is the philosophical side of it. All right. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, Henry, we come back to that.
Yeah.
So
I have a thought to remind me. I want to touch on that once we
on the philosophical side of yeah, because like people are creative. Culture is what you do, but the only way to preserve that or to really enact that is through you doing it, right? So what ways are you doing it? And it's just that culture is the ways that we do it naturally, as opposed to, something that's forced on us or anything. I mean, if you want to touch on it now, while we both remember. So
my point was on making money and how lucrative could this be.
Right.
And like, I'm full-time in it, but I also have a 9 to 5. But both last year and this year, I was able to take on 2 jobs, not to brag, but just to, let people know that to encourage people who coming up. I could have taken on 2 jobs. 2 jobs in particular was able to pay me what my job was paying me in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's money in it. It's money in it, and it's not a matter of who you know. Networking is important, but don't think because I don't know this person or I have to get to know this person or this person. You work on your craft consistently. You get good enough, and people see the product and they want that product, and so they'll chase you for that product. They'll find you for it. Yeah. So I didn't know a whole bunch of people, but through working and just staying on that path, I started to meet someone who could help me out in this area, someone who could give me an opportunity here, and here I am today.
All right. So before you got to that point, all right, you have this idea inside your head called Broke Bosses. What's the impetus? Where does that come from?
So Broke Bosses is about two young men just trying to secure the bag. And like, I feel like it's just exaggerated truth. It's what I see young fellas doing today. Like, they out here trying to chase this girl and impress them in this way. So I just take that and I exaggerated a whole lot. Me and TJ, my character, and Duppy, that's Quay's character, we would be out there trying to chase girls doing over the top things, but it's really what young Bahamian brothers doing out there today.
All right. And so from that, I mean, was any of that any inspiration drawn from like when you were younger, saying, "Hey, if only I could get on, I just need to make this one thing happen, and then I could be okay"?
No, I don't think Broke Bosses don't really have nothing. It don't connect with me personally. Mm-hmm. I mean, in terms of my life, but struggles and dreams. Like, literally, as I was writing it, there's a scene about the young man writing in the dark. His current was off. Yeah. I was writing that script because my current was off. This was how I spent my time. Like, our current was off for months. And I wanted to use my craft. Just like the main character in Struggles and Dreams wanted to use his craft to better my life and to better life for my family. So a lot of what I was writing was what was happening at the time. And when I sat down and I did this was when it was just a stage play. Right. I sat down and I did the read with the initial cast, and they fell in love with it. And me as a young playwright, I was like, this is what it's all about. And to this day, we like a family now. Like Kentario, Kenny's son, 110th Media, the UB. Do it. Yeah, the UB Do It. He was the lead in Struggles and Dreams from a play, and now he's the lead in the film as well. And that's my closest brother right now. Mm-hmm. Bahamian Trey, he came on board as a young brother, but he was super big at the time. But he bought into the vision immediately. And up to this day, me and him still do. That's my brother. We do a lot of stuff together. He been in almost all of my productions. But yeah, when we sat down, we did the read. Even them two in particular, like everyone, but them two, they related to it so much, and they were so happy to be a part because there was like so much what in this is what I going through right now. Right. So we took that script, we ran with it, and we made it something special. Right. And now our finale is coming up in a few days, so glory be to God for that.
Yeah. All right. So I said that to my desk. Mm-hmm. So now the primary issue that you often find for funding the arts is funding the arts. All right. There is money out there, mm-hmm. but the money is often like reserved for only this select group, or you got to know this and you got to do this, and it's a very difficult path to get to the money.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I'm one of the people who, I have an understanding that money is a finite resource. If we were to oversimplify it, imagine there's $10 on the island. If the government have $10 for the entirety of the island, and they got to spend they got to spend $6 on paying everybody's salary, and $2 on roads, and $1 on education, and $2 on healthcare, and $2 on the police force. We already passed. We already right. So now you understand the situation the government finds itself in. So I don't want people to be like, oh, the government need to give me in particular more for me to build my film career or build my playwright career or build my, even as an author, just saying I want to write books. The government need to hurry up, give me as much money as possible so I can get my career off the ground personally. However, I do feel like, and this is where the culture part comes in, so you have in places like France where there is a mandate that a certain percentage of the films that come out have to be not just French-speaking films, but films made by French filmmakers, because the media is what influences people. People, you could hate it, you could love it, you could say whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, the average person is not going into a library and saying, give me all the encyclopedias, this is where I will glean my knowledge, right? That's not how the world works, that's not how life works. Especially when people are busy. The easiest way for you to get an idea out is television, through radio, through all these different media. So therefore, for the French, they're like, well, if we want our people to have a certain standard, expectation, morals, even just general knowledge of how things work, we have to put it inside the media. We don't want a situation where, and you can, this happens, it ain't just in the Bahamas, all over the world. Everybody in the world knows how the American electoral system works. I find there are Bahamians who don't understand how our election system works. We don't vote for a prime minister. No. We vote for an MP. And the MPs vote. There's a way, technically speaking, we could have a new prime minister tomorrow without having an election if all the MPs got together and say, well, we want this other person.
That's true.
But that's the thing. Bahamians don't think of it like that. Right? And so we don't even understand the thing that we always complaining about. But we do understand something that don't have nothing to do with us because we've watched enough films about it. We've heard enough songs. Ain't nobody ever was singing, what GC had a song, My President is Black, My Lambo Blue. The only song I can think about any prime minister is well, besides the ones that are hating on Menace, right? Is the one that saluted Oscar Pindler.
I don't even know that one.
It is exactly how it's saluted Oscar. He was our first prime minister. It's exactly. But that's not the point. The point is not that. The point is.
I get where you're going for sure.
How then can we fund culture, to fund the artists, to be able to say this is the Bahamian story? Because even something as simple as the American dream is only the result of years and decades of constantly pumping that into. The American dream didn't come from the American public. It was given to the American public. You are going to have this. You are going to have a white picket fence. You're going to live in a suburb. You're going to have a front lawn. You're going to have 2.5 children. Half probably is a dog. You're going to have a car in your garage. You'll be able to feed it, all that stuff. Before, like World War I, that wouldn't have existed. That's not the idea of the average for the average American. But that was the idea was given to them, and they ran with it, and we see it, everything from the Flintstones and the Honeymooners, straight down to Family Guy and The Simpsons. The average sitcom is, if it's not a group of friends who move into the city, like Friends and New Girl, it is, here's a family. Husband, wife, 2 children at least, 2.5 children. You might have 3 children, but then you start to lose a couple children the more children you have. So 2.5 children, they work in a regular place or whatever. That's an idea that the media has put inside their head. So how then do we fund that to make sure that we are able to then tell the story of what we think the Bahamas should be, or the direction that we need to go in the Bahamas?
As rough as it may seem, I feel like politics, well, politics in general, but politics over here too, like politicians, they won't buy in. Most of them won't buy in unless they could see where it benefits them in some way. So we as creatives could go to them pitching how necessary the arts is or what's not. But I think what it really takes is enough of us just doing big things. We could go to them. We could ask them for this, ask for a grant. You may get it, you may not. But whether or not you get that, still do your best to put your work out there and do what you can, because it's a matter of showing them how valuable we are. Not just saying, hey, we valuable, but showing them how much we could jump on a global scale and be just as good as everyone else. And example, Quay, he did his comedy show, his first stand-up, his first special. And he did it on such a high level that the Prime Minister, he had to post about it because it was so up there. So it takes us just doing it on a level where people start to take notice. And when we go to them and say, hey, this or that is the case, help us with this, it's more so they benefiting from it probably even more than us, by attaching themselves to us. So I think that's what we need to get to, not just moping around because this politician don't believe in me, this person don't want fund my dreams. No, you go there and you started initially. Eventually people could catch on the wave, but it starts with you.
Yeah. When you see me and Nico on the side of the road with our water bottle, you know what to do. You know what to do. Just,
yeah.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah,
just put $1 in the bottle.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, I hear what you're saying. Also, so what are your thoughts about I don't want to say the private community, the business community, all right? Because at the end of the day, the arts is the arts. People pretend as though they don't, there's no need for it. Mm-hmm. But then who doing your graphics?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you get, in your estimation, get them to buy in?
You mean in terms of businesses related to the arts, like graphic design?
No. How do you get businesses in general? Because there are many multi-million-dollar businesses
I feel like,
in the country.
Yeah.
But the thing is, many of them, there are some businesses that, hey, they don't even change their sign. They didn't do a brand refresh since the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've not done anything because in their mind, they're like, we're already making money.
That's true.
Right?
And you have some business owners with that. You have some business owners with that old school mindset where they already made it so big that they don't have to do nothing else. But most business owners understand how vital it is. In order to stay relevant, you have to keep yourself out there in the media. You have to connect with certain people. And it goes back to me saying, make yourself valuable. And these businesses, they can come after you. They go want to attach themselves to you. I keep going back to Dasquay because he's put himself on such a level where he's such a high commodity. And he could put a post out there and he could say, I want to partner with some businesses for my next special or my next movie. And people, they literally balling their money up and bursting him with it.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Because he's worked hard to get towards that point.
Right, no problem. So we're going to take a quick break. We come back, going to wrap it up. This is Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast powered by ILTV. We'll be back after this.
Get ready to win lucky bucks. Wherever you see this taxi, flag it down.
The boy hard, beating so hard, I win the hard beat. What here? I'm looking for my first contestant to ride in the lucky taxi. Walk in the taxi, you gotta do the lucky walk, Oh, thanks. Man, thank you, sir. 85 times 2 is how much, brother? You leave with $170, brother?
I never expected to win as much as I win.
Bang along!
Very excited when the gentleman picked me to ride inside the taxi.
So if I had to choose a game that would stay, it would be Island of Taxi.
You could be next on the Island Lucky Taxi.
You wouldn't believe that number I just played, dropping quick 4. This 5K can come and clutch, my boy.
So you ain't had the mega ball on that?
You know mega ball on quick 4, my man.
Oh, okay then.
Mega Ball, now available on Quick 4. Multiply your winnings with the only 4-ball game that pays $20,000. With a draw every 30 minutes, your chances to win are mega.
I bet you I could beat you running into this long ball.
I bet you my drink will come out before yours. Well,
I bet you I could hold my breath longer.
Bet.
Hey, wait.
If it can happen, you can bet it. So why not bet with us? The Bahamas #1 online casino, lottery, and sportsbook. We bet you won't find bigger payouts anywhere else but islandluck.com. Winners live here.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madeira Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Welcome back to Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna, and this is the Island segment. Andres, top food, crab, top export, crab. Also, woman who is drinking Guinness and fighting the road. You ain't ever gonna get your head punch off from no Andres woman. Top site to visit, Henry Morgan's Cave, named after one of the most notorious pirates that ever lived. Is this cave where he hid his treasure? Only if the treasure is helping to sustain a local economy by supporting sustainable tourism and paying native tour guides. Then, yes, that is the treasure. This is Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast, powered by ILTV. I'm Stephen Hanna. Jonico?
I'm Jonico.
You have the This is Jonico. You have the final word. Go ahead.
Could I have 2 words?
You could have a whole sentence.
Just 2. Picture greatness. That's our next upcoming event. Picture Greatness is an evening of Bahamian films, and it features some filmmakers I've been looking up to for a minute. My good friend, you said your name.
Oh,
Stephen Hanna.
Yeah.
Yes, he has short films in it. We also have films from Jiggy Productions, films from Cowboy Films, and these brothers been doing their thing for a minute. I talk about winning awards all around the world. And we also have the season finale of the stage play. Well, once was a stage play, now a TV show, Struggles and Dreams from Bright Light Productions. Our season finale will also be at Picture Greatness. So come through November 16th at 8 p.m. at the Atlantis Theater.
Right. So there you have it. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming by.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
No problem. And thank you for listening. This has been Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast. Oh, you want to talk?
They don't know how to get tickets.
They at the door?
No, we need them to get it in advance.
Okay.
Just call 433, call or WhatsApp 433-1509 to get your tickets today.
That's right. That's his number. That's my number.
That's Bright Light's number.
All right. So this has been Sidebar, 103 The Beat podcast powered by ILTV. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you, or you will hear us next week.